guys, this is the Lovin Show, and today we are joined by the extremely talented Shebani. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me.
Not at all, and I can see you're in your bedroom, but you're surrounded by musical equipment. What's going on?
Yes, so this is my own personal studio. This is where I record my songs and write my songs. It's in my bedroom because obviously right now I can't really go out. I mean, I'm still sort of taking precautions and I try not to see as many people as possible. So yeah, I decided to just put my equipment together and create my own little studio so that I can continue making music. So yeah.
And this is kind of why we're talking, because I know you've just released Higher, which by the way is absolutely beautiful. And you recorded that song during lockdown and it's just been shared. So what's kind of the reaction since you've shared it?
Wow, it's honestly been so humbling. I've received a lot of love, and you know, it's so weird talking about your own songs, but genuinely speaking, I feel very different about this one. A lot of people resonated with it because we're spending most of our times, everybody's spending their time alone. Funny enough, I didn't write the song during the pandemic. I wrote it last year, where I was spending a lot of time by myself in this room. Actually, I didn't have any of the furniture or my bed or anything, and so I was just sitting on the floor. I had just a moment. There were pink lights everywhere, and I started writing. But it was only recorded vocals during the pandemic because I saw that I had a lot of time on my hands and there was not a lot of work to be done. Administrative work. And so, yeah, it just felt right, and releasing it felt right. And that's the story.
It's interesting that you felt right releasing it, because I think that maybe a lot of people can empathize, because a lot of people were alone during lockdown. Yeah. How did you find the lockdown experience?
Stressful. Very stressful. I'll be very honest. Starting out for the first 2 weeks, none of us really thought this was going to take as long as it has, or it will. And so I was like, yeah, it's all good. 2-3 weeks of me just sitting at home, getting productive, writing my music, finally getting to that to-do list that I never had the chance to. But 2 weeks in, the anxiety started to kick in. There was a bit of stress. I was like, okay, this is, the numbers are going up. I'm scared. And a lot of the time I was stressed out, but then I decided to just calm down, not put really high expectations for myself, and just take the time to reflect and sit with my family, maybe Zoom with a friend of mine and just talk about anything, not necessarily music or work related, just really, really be human, We needed that.
100%. And
yeah.
You mentioned anxiety and stress, but also you've managed to kind of create something beautiful, because not only did you, I know you said you wrote the song a year ago, but you obviously shot and edited this as well.
Yeah.
Were they skills that you had before lockdown, or did that just come about because of the time that you had?
No, I graduated from the American University in Dubai with digital production and storytelling. And so before music, I actually was a photographer and a videographer. I wanted to create my own company and, be a visual artist. But the real dream and the passion and the calling was music, or is music. And so that's why I decided to take the musical direction as a career. However, all the skills and everything that I learned in the past was very beneficial, because I managed to, visually speaking, direct this music video and film it myself, edit it myself. So yeah, I'm very proud of it. I'm not gonna lie, because I had no idea what I was doing. I was just in my room and I'm like, quarantine style music video, here we go. But it came out really sweet. Yeah.
100%. It's so cool. I hope we can have it up beside us as this interview is ongoing, because it really is special and it looks very cool.
Thank you.
That's so interesting that you kind of took the musical path. Was this after uni you decided to make music a career, or how did you start your career in music in the UAE?
Yeah, it was sort of hand in hand. I met a lot of musicians when I was working as a visual artist, as a photographer, and I didn't really dive so deep into the photography and videography world. I was just like a year and a half in. I was learning from a lot of incredible, talented people, but then I met musicians, and, you know, slowly and gradually I was like, this is, they, you know, they were doing performances and I was like, they look really great. And this is something I want to do. I was just, you know, when you're sort of lying to yourself, and I'm like, no, but I'm a photographer. So that was when I started my YouTube channel. Okay. And I decided to post covers. YouTube, you know, the YouTube channel was big like five years ago or 6 years ago. I decided to post a cover every week. And, you know, if a year in, I was writing a couple of originals, and then I met a producer who goes by the name of Rayan. And that was my, you know, working with him was when my first EP, Alter Ego, was birthed. And then after that, I decided to take this as a career really seriously, went to London, did a year of music there, songwriting, came back, and I'm still on it. So yeah.
That's amazing. And I love what you said at the very start there about how it was kind of calling you, but you were saying no because you probably thought you had your path. And I think that happens to so many of us, that we think we have something else is calling. But that's really
true.
Cool. But something I noticed, first of all, I was having a look through your Instagram, and you don't have that many posts. What is that about?
No,
like,
I
don't have much, and I have like 100 and something, but you have about 20 or 30.
No. Well, this is actually crazy because, you know, this is kind of like a strategy that I'm not really supposed to share with anybody, but I've archived all my posts. Not for any reason. It's because I'm working on an album, and it's taking a very different direction. I feel like I'm taking a different direction as an artist, you know, musically, sonically, and visually. So I archived most of my posts, not because of like, it's, you know, I'm so proud of everything I've achieved. These memories and moments are so important to me, and they're, you know, it's what got me here. However, you know, aesthetically speaking, there's something that I'm planning to drop, and I want to sort of like have a new, a clean slate and a new beginning of, it's my debut album. It's the first album I will ever be releasing. So, you know, it's a big deal.
Incredible to hear kind of the artist plan behind it. And I'm very excited about that teaser that you've given us. But the reason I'm asking, I wasn't trying to put your foot in it or something, but it's because I know some of your posts obviously talk about hire, which is exciting. It's just been released. But then I also noticed that you'll also kind of use your platform as a way to talk about kind of struggles that you have. And I saw you talk about post-lockdown waking, which I thought was very cool. But I think it's amazing that you kind of feel comfortable enough to kind of share what you're going through. I think it's so important. If you had one message you wanted to share with your followers, what is that message that you want to send?
Wow. Oh, I'm super philosophical, so I tend to like overspeak, and I have so many things that I want to say to my followers, because, you know, you're not really obliged to follow somebody, and the fact that these people give you their time and their mental space is honestly such a humbling thing. However, I would say be kind to yourself. Be really kind to yourself. You know, most of the time we're trying our best to just be kind to other people, and we're trying to make sure that we leave a good impression on people, and we say good things to them, but we never give ourselves that that kind of help, you know, to progress in life. And I feel like a lot of the times where I struggled with weight gain or anything personal, I was very mean to myself. I kept saying, oh, you know, how dare you let yourself go? Or you should have been a bit more responsible. So being kind to myself and giving myself the space to grow has helped me reach those goals that I'm constantly like fixating on. So be kind to yourself. Be your authentic self. There's only one person that is you. You know, we don't want you to be someone else. You are you, and that's a privilege. That's a gift. Take advantage of that. So yeah,
I love that. It's so easy to say, it's harder to do, but it's such great advice.
100%. Very true. Yeah, it's a lot easier said than done.
But it's definitely something to just try and constantly look for.
Gotta try. Yeah.
Gotta try. So I know you've lived in the UAE your whole life. But like said you only started your music career a couple of years ago. What is the scene here like for musicians?
I get asked this question so many times, and every single every single time it's different because it is growing. It's growing. The amount of artists that I'm getting to know, even just through social media, or somebody drops their first single or their first EP or their first album, is truly refreshing. It's motivating. It's inspiring. It's very, the competition is healthy, but we want more. We want more because obviously when you leave Dubai and you pursue music outside, like in LA or the UK or London, how I witnessed it in London was very difficult. The talent is everywhere. People can sing pretty much every octave. They can write any song. There's a lot of talent, and you genuinely need to sort of stand out. And so Dubai is growing, and I see it. And I give all the props to the artists who started 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because there are plenty. And the artists that are coming up right now, or the artists that came up 5 years ago. Everybody's working really hard. Everybody's trying to pursue that kind of field, which is not easy. However, we could still do more. There is always room for growth, and I look forward to that. And I hope that I can give at least 5% of that. So,
well, it's great to hear that there is growth happening, which is exciting. But a little bit more kind of you and your. So let's say, for example, this was your first single of 2020.
No, it's not my first single of 2020. It's the last single of 2020 that's sort of, going to be released through me. I do have a few collaborations that are going to come out. These songs were written a while back and they're being released now, but the collaborations is that I'm featuring another artist. Gotcha. So it's, it's kind of different. But for me as Shebani, I have this vision in my head that I really truly want to bring to life. And the reason why it's the last single of 2020 is because I want to take a portion of this year to just sit down and worry about the creative approach of my album, as opposed to worrying about the next single that might be coming out and how am I going to promote it, the release strategy. It's a lot of work goes behind a song. So yeah, that's pretty much it, Well,
I'm so glad you brought that up, because this always intrigues me about musicians is, what is the process? And like you said, it's a lot of work. So it must be first you have to create the song, and then you have to think about if you're going to make a video for it. And then you have the whole, like you said, publicizing it. So you're doing all of that. And how do you kind of continue your creativity when you have the business side as well? And where's the flow?
I'm so glad you said that. That's exactly why I feel like I'm exhausted, because of the fact that I'm an independent artist. I managed myself for so many years, and I'm my own publisher, I'm my own PR agent, I'm my own booker. I send out these emails. I sit for hours and hours and film the music videos. Of course, if I had to go into details, I can mention a really large list of people who have helped me along the way. But, to answer your question, it is very difficult, mentally speaking, because there's a lot of workload. I got a bit tired. And so this is why, I was sort of torn between two things. The first is, if I take a break and not release anything for the rest of 2020, even maybe the first few months of 2021, there's this anxiety of like, oh, I'm not releasing content and people are going to think, I stopped making music. And that's a lot of pressure, because you want to keep your audience engaged. But then this other person said, for you to create something big and for a bigger purpose, then you need to take a few steps back, work on it, and then release it. And that's going to be really rewarding. I hope. So yeah.
Well, I was going to get to it a little bit, but I think we're talking about your album here. So I'm guessing you're not putting a date on it. You just want to take the time. Oh, no.
Sorry. My phone has low battery. I'm so sorry.
I thought it was gone, and I was like, no.
No, I'm here.
Don't worry, guys. Shebani's still with us. Well, what I was going to get to is, where can people find Higher right now? And I'm guessing you're not putting a date on the album. That's just kind of not yet. Not at all. You just want to take time, sit back a bit. Yeah, gotcha.
Exactly. No date on the album. Definitely looking into 2021, depending on the situation, because I want to be able to perform the album as well, and maybe, you know, have listening parties and launch or whatever it is that I have in mind for the strategy. Just really haven't even thought about it yet. I'm in the writing process, beginning of it even. However, for Higher, yes, it's available everywhere on Spotify, Angami, Deezer, Apple Music, and much more. It's also on YouTube, the music video. So go check it out.
100%, guys, check it out. And before her battery dies, before she leaves us, and before in 2021 you join us for a live sound session in our studio, can we leave you with we're going to leave you with the teeny tiny Dubai quiz, which is 60 seconds. We're going to ask Shebani 10 questions about Dubai. There is no prize, unfortunately, because you're not in the studio with us. But
it's okay. I'll come visit you guys.
Please, next time you'll visit us, and we will have our trusty red Lovin Dubai wristbands as a prize.
Yes. Okay, let's do this. I'm excited.
60 seconds on the clock. We're going to start it now. Name the historic spacecraft the UAE launched this week.
No, I don't know it. Oh my God, I'm terrible. It's a mission.
Name one airline based in Dubai.
Emirates Airlines.
What is the capital of the UAE?
Abu Dhabi.
Name the island where you would find Ain Dubai or Dubai
Eye. Is it Blue Waters? No, I'm wrong.
What is the official language of Dubai?
Arabic. Official language. Did you say official language?
Yeah.
It's Arabic.
Yeah. Can you name the flashy Nigerian influencer who was recently arrested in a raid by Dubai police?
No, but I heard about that.
What is the official animal of the UAE?
A camel.
Name, how many Emirates are there?
7.
Name 3.
Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai.
What date is UAE National Day?
December 2nd.
I'm going to give that to you because I fumble. So correct, December 2nd. Correct. Name 3 correct. How many Emirates are there? 7. What is the official animal of the UAE? It's the Arabian oryx.
Oh, I'm horrible. Oh my God.
I was thinking it was gazelle. It's the Arabian oryx.
I can't believe I got that wrong. Ugh, I've lived here my whole life. This is truly and genuinely really embarrassing.
No, I think like splits, like camel, of course, and then we think about it. The flashy influencer who was arrested by Dubai police was Hush Puppy.
No way. Okay, moving on.
Official language of Dubai, Arabic.
Yeah. Right. I don't know why I was gonna say English. That was, I guess it's because I was like, oh, what are we talking about here? You know, are we talking about the majority? What do people? Yeah, it's Arabic for sure, of course.
I got you. Name the island where you'd find Ain Dubai. You said Blue Waters, correct?
Yay!
The capital of the UAE, Abu Dhabi. Name one airline based in Dubai is correct, Emirates. And then finally, name the historic spacecraft the UAE launched this week. You said mission, so it's the Hope.
Oh, yeah, it is, of course. No, I've posted about it. I read about it. I watched it, but unfortunately, I don't know why I didn't focus on the name much. But hey, I'm really happy about that. That's amazing, and I got 7 correct.
100%. So I think that's the best someone has done. We've only done this 3 times. Massive round of applause.
Yay! Thank you.
And I think like it was Emirates Mars mission also I would have accepted. So I mean, like you got 7 and a third, I reckon.
It's very stressful though when you get asked a lot of questions. Yeah.
I can only imagine. We're not in school anymore.
Yeah, but it was fun. Thank you so much.
Not at all. That is the teeny tiny Dubai quiz with Shebani, and like I said, next one day in the studio with us.
Definitely. That would be amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Guys, that is the Lovin Show. We're back same time, same place next week. Stay safe. Bye.